Greetings, dear ones. This platform of shifting into awareness, I established so that I can share my life journey and what I've found, what I've realized. When I do that, I know that I am authentically serving those people who want to find authenticity in their life. The uniqueness that we all are, if we realize it, and the day we realize it, we are free. We have not realized who we are. We live in assumptions and we live in pretensions. We presume, we assume, and we adapt to the world that is full of assumptions and presumptions. And then we start or behave in a way that is so artificial than our real self. When we just cannot be ourselves, the liberated, the free, the joyous one, then we unknowingly or ignorantly become that which we are not. The whole journey is from shifting from this falseness to the true authenticity of who you really are. That is the whole spiritual journey about. Many paths talk about it in different languages and different methods. But what I have realized is that it is just this simple fact that it is unwinding yourself from who you are not to who you really are. We have heard it from books, from scriptures, from great mystics, who we are. We only know it from somebody else's borrowed ideas that we are not this body, we are not this mind, we are not this intellect, we are not this, not that. Scriptures and mystics have told us we are something else, and that which is irreplaceable, natural, and infinite. And the state of that truth or that reality is blissfulness. We have heard it. So the whole path and religions and every tradition actually walk to unwinding this truth in their own way. So you can either walk through all the paths that has been walked, or you can simply be centered and try to identify with this real one that you are and realize it yourself. My journey has been such that time to time life has reminded me of who I am, because I think life is very natural. Whether you know it or don't know it, whether you are a wise man or a dumbo, whether you are skilled or unskilled, life will still reveal it unto you if you are just a little aware. Awareness is the only element that will unfold this truth to you. Life is awaiting this truth to be unfolded to each and every human being, just waiting for their awareness, their conscious seeking. Just that one bit of awareness into this, what I am talking right now about. The moment someone becomes aware, knowingly or unknowingly, immediately life starts unfolding the truth within. The first glimpses of this truth will be your freedom. The freedom to be who you are. You will realize your uniqueness, and in trying to live that uniqueness, you are trying to become free. The day you live that uniqueness in completeness, you will see that you are truly, completely free. When you are free, you also know you cannot be bound by anyone or anything that will try to deviate you from what you really are. What is your true nature? Blissfulness, joyfulness, cheerfulness. A natural way of being neutral, natural, and happy. That is why this state is referred to a childlike state. The child is always innocent, pure, natural, spontaneous, eager, full of curiosity, simple, and untouched by any kind of intelligence, any kind of logic. A child is simply childlike just because it is free and it is very spontaneous. This nature is so hard to achieve when it has to go through so many dogmatic principles, so many do's and don'ts, so many methods and rituals, so much of studying, so much of investigation, so much of experimentation. This whole process is actually the play of the ego and mind. For it is the ego and it is the mind that wants to investigate, explore, research, find out, and then work on it to reveal your true nature. The other way is of many what mystics have spoken about on and often, the natural way. Just in the being, when all the doing ends. Till now what I explained was all doing. You got to do so much to undo things from you. Because we all know we are filled with all kind of baggages, all kind of ideologies, philosophies, theories, dogmas, doctrines, principles, this and that. So to get free of all this, there is so much to undo. There is so much to unlearn. I heard of a great music master to whom somebody went to learn music, and his only condition was, have you learned music before? If the student said yes, he would say, get lost. If the student said no, and however dumb the student, he would immediately accept that person as the student and teach him music. Music is natural. Music cannot be taught actually. Music can be revived in somebody because music is the nature of everyone. This master knew it. But it cannot be revived in a person who has already learnt it a million ways from million places. This is what happens when we accept and adapt to doctrines and philosophies and theories and principles. All around us, all our lives, we are adapting. We are jumping from one branch to the other in seek of some external validation, some external grant, some external approval, some external knowledge to fill in our empty vessels. And all that, everything from outside does is fill us up. And the true nature that needs us to unfold all this is in the principle of unlearning. That is why this master accepted only students who knew nothing about music, so that he had to just touch those areas and revive and activate the music in them, which is impossible if you have been singing somebody else's music all the time. This is what I mean by authenticity. Very less people actually love to walk this path of authenticity because it's very scary, it's very jittery, it's full of insecurity. There is no security, absolutely no security here. You are on your own in the wilderness. If you have the courage to look within and unwind the journey by just being which is again the most difficult part of life. Being is very difficult, doing is very easy. The whole world teaches us to do this and do that. Very less who teaches us to do nothing, be nothing. We are all taught in a world to become nothing, but to become nothing, we are taught to become something. That's the irony, that's the conflict. Become nothing. There's nothing to do. When I say nothing to do, I don't mean no action. For the tamas will rejoice when they hear this. The one in tamas or inertia will rejoice when somebody says, do nothing. This is not to the tamasic. This is to the one who is already active in a lot of doing. And they need a little bit of doing by not doing something, by undoing. If this natural, simple aspect is realized, very simple to live a simple, innocent, cheerful life. I always mention this. Your sign of the freedom that you have gained in spirituality is in your joyfulness, cheerfulness. In Hindi we call it prasanna chit. If your chit is happy and joyful of nature, nothing else matters. I am very careful to preserve this cheerfulness, this innocence. Because the moment I am innocent and cheerful, I have attacks from all sides where people suddenly find me abnormal and they say, you cannot be this way. You got to be this way. You got to adapt this style. You look at the world around. Compare and see. Look where the world is going. Look where you are. Look what the world is doing. Look how the world lives. Look how the world loves. Look what all they do to survive. Look at the securities they build. What are you doing? You're sitting here good for nothing. I am happy. Being nothing. Doing nothing. If you call that doing nothing, I'm happy being this way. So, in order to preserve my cheerfulness and this innocence that comes naturally, I always cut out from the world that tries to make me something. I've left all those places and people long back, far behind, who have tried to make something out of me, or make me into something. By telling me, this is the way, that is the way. I strongly believe everyone is unique and thus everyone has their own way. The world scares you immediately and tells you, but you are not proven. You are not authenticated yet. You don't have a stamp on your forehead as validated. So how do we accept you? Because we have a couple of validated systems. And according to our nature, we can only follow the validated systems. But I beg to differ here. System can bring up or club in large group and introduce a common phenomena or a common philosophy into everyone. And when everyone is unique, it's very difficult that everybody fit into one kind of philosophy or one kind of theory or one kind of practice. Everyone is absolutely unique in its own way. Nature has made everyone unique. No two things are there in this world alike. There are no two people who look or are alike. Forget that. There are no two grain of sand that is similar. So there must be a reason why nature has so much of uniqueness in each and every particle. If there is so much of uniqueness in every different flower, every different plant and every different tree, every different grain of sand too, what is the difficulty to accept that you and me are different? Every human being can be different. I often talk about the mystics, the Mahatmas, Siddha Purushas, the Avaduts. Look at each of them. The state of consciousness might be similar, but yet each of them are unique. I have never seen, you can show me if you want, two Avadutas who are alike, two Siddha Purushas who are alike, exactly alike. Not just in look, even in behavior, in nature, in characteristics. It's impossible. Hence, because our minds, our limited minds, cannot even fathom this uniqueness, we address them all into groups. We don't even spare these mighty beings of consciousness. And that is why they are categorized and labeled as Siddhas and Avadutas, and this mystic and that mystic. We have labeled them all. But even in those labels, even in the same group or cult of Avadutas, look at each of them. Not one is same. They are all unique. Nature made each and every one of us unique. If there is uniqueness even at that state of level of consciousness, what makes you think that you and me are so common? How can you and me be clubbed into one commonality? Impossible. I have realized these truths. I am not imposing this on anyone. Everybody is free to make their choice, to believe what they like. I am here to just express my life journey, my realizations. And this is what I feel, and this is what I express. So when I express this, I am absolutely very clear that I know what I am talking about. I'm not reading it from books or some borrowed text. I'm talking it here. Each and every thing that I talk here, every ounce of it, this is from my own realizations. Now when I am unique, what is the purpose of sharing this? Because you are unique. How will it matter to you? It will only help you awaken these deep realizations within you that you also are unique. We cannot have a common agenda. We might have a common goal, but the practice, the way we look at things, the way we look at each other, the way we perceive things, the way we reflect on things will all absolutely differ. That is why I say, do not categorize me into anything. Do not categorize yourself into anything. When you truly accept this uniqueness, you will let everyone go free. You will not be bothered to make somebody else like you. Because your comfort is in that. You are secure with a certain idea. The way you like life to be, you cannot impose others to make it like that just because you want to make life convenient for yourself. Everybody has to find their own way out. That is why I say, how much ever groups you make, how much ever commonalities you make, you are still alone. Mark my words. Don't trust it. Sooner or later, you will realize it. Even if you are in a large group, mark my words, you will still be walking alone. It's only the ego that is trying to satisfy itself by giving a sense of comfort and security that I am not alone. One day that will demolish. If nothing demolishes, death will bring an end to it. That is why even the strongest of couples walk together, the truthful ones, the real couples who are on the real spiritual path, know that even if they walk together, they still walk alone. If anyone does not believe this, they are bound to misery and suffering every moment of their life, because they are trying to hold on to something which is against nature's laws. How much ever strongly you try to hold on to a person or to a group, to a faith, you will feel more deprived. You will feel more insecure, because something within you knows that this is not going to last with you forever. So it's all about your realizations, your awareness. Only people who are aware can realize this. The sooner you become aware of this, the easier the path. Or it is the same as everybody's walking, full of doubts, fears, insecurities, and confusions. No clarity at all. Why there is no clarity? There is no awareness. Once you become aware and conscious of this, you will understand what I speak of here. If you are not aware, this video is no good to you and no good to me. Much divine love and light to you. Stay blessed.